What's up, guys? We are back. So I just recorded the Ozzy tribute episode. So now I have to jump from being all sad to trying to be all positive and jumping around. That one was rough. If you haven't watched it, the end broke my heart. And I started thinking about like my son, and it was so sad. And that was literally like 3 minutes ago. So hopefully this podcast helps me break free from those thoughts. Oh my God, it was so sad though. Just thinking about our kids growing and the times that we've spent and just how fast it goes. And actually really thinking about in no time at all, they're going to be adults. And all of these years are just gone. They're just memories. We need to actually live in the moment a little bit more. But if I keep talking about that, I'm gonna be sad. I think I might stop saying what episode we're on, because with things popping up and with banking episodes, it's hard to really tell what episode is going to be what, because I ended up not doing number 12. That was the episode that I honestly don't know where it's going to be put, but I talked about the friend zone, about chasing people that don't want you, things like that, and that was supposed to be episode 12. And then Ozzy died. So I thought the only way to really do it is I had to jump on today and do like an Ozzy tribute or an Ozzy dedication episode. And he died today, so I figured today is the day that I post the podcast. I'll just put off posting it. It'll be later than normal, but it'll actually be about something that happened today. So today's podcast, today's 2 weeks ago, whatever day this comes out, however long ago that was, the Ozzy podcast was shot and filmed and posted on the day that I found out he died. It just so happened to be he died on the day that I post the podcast. So I canceled that one, posted the Ozzy podcast instead. So that's going to throw off everything. So I think it would just be better to not say what the episode number is, because it's just going to throw it off. Really, the only reason I was doing it was to keep track for myself. But honestly, that doesn't matter. I'm not going to miss any weeks. I'm not going to take any breaks. We don't do that around here. We just keep grinding and grinding and grinding, stay consistent, see the results, no matter how long it takes. That'd be like if I would have quit working out because I didn't see results right. I've been working out for over a year, probably almost 2 years now, and I'm just barely starting to actually see the real growth. I don't know if it's because I was doing it wrong or if that's just, I heard that you got to break through those baby gains to actually start getting the real build. But even through here, you can't see much. It should be, I don't know. I guess you can see a little bit. But it definitely wasn't like that. I couldn't figure out how to grow this part for the longest time, so it's still just, this has only gotten a few months of work, to be honest with you, because I was just doing it wrong. A lot of my workouts I was doing, I would activate my traps, and I would, what side is this? Oh, that's my right. Oh yeah, my left is huge. So my left, I would do chest, and my left trap would activate, and then all of the weight was just getting put on my trap. And a lot of my muscles weren't growing. So it took me a long time to figure that out. But if I would have just quit because I wasn't seeing the results that I expected, I wouldn't have any results at all. So I'm not giving up on the podcast. I don't care if we get 3 views to start, 2 views to start, whatever it is. I'm going to keep staying consistent. I don't need to know what number it is. You guys don't care what number it is. So from now on, no more, it's episode 12, 13, 14. I'm done. You just know it's an episode. And that's all that matters. Now next week's probably going to be episode 12, which is really 13, and I'm going to say episode 12, and it's going to fuck it all up, and it's going to be all messed up, so we're done. And honestly, it is so hard to jump from pod to pod. Luckily, I got some topics for today. I think I have some ideas. So I write a lot of music, and I went from being a rapper. I was actually really good. Like, my songs are on point. That's one thing that I'm really good at, is writing music. And I went decently far until I self-sabotaged, and I had a famous artist gonna watch my set. So I magically missed that set, the roads are so bad, I don't know what to do. And I think it's because I just didn't want to travel, I didn't want to tour, I didn't want to leave my girlfriend at the time, my son's mom. I didn't want to leave my son, and it just wasn't for me. So I switched from rapping to now I write singing. So it could be like pop, country-ish, and I recorded a song, really, really amazing song, but my singing just isn't on that level. It's not to a point, or it's not to a level that is good enough to release. So I took that song that I recorded and I put it into an AI program, and it had someone better sing my song, and it didn't make me want to release it because it's fake. It's not a person, but it made me want to learn how to sing. So I bought singing classes. I bought from a company called Ken Taplin, or a guy called Ken Taplin. I think that's his name, Ken Taplin. And he's supposed to be really good. Honestly, I'm waiting for some sort of like sexual misconduct scenes to pop up, because this dude is always around. It's always these hot chicks with like fake boobs and stuff singing. I probably shouldn't say that, but it really is. I was like, dude, this is crazy. And then I bought another one. It's like a amateur music academy, something. But this dude couldn't sing. He learned how to sing, created like a singing program. So I bought these two programs because I was like, if Ed Sheeran can go from not knowing how to sing to being Ed Sheeran, then everybody can sing. It's just a muscle you have to grow. So that's going to be something where I have to stay consistent. If I expect to see results in 3 months, I'm going to be pretty sad. And I'm going to be like, this is a waste of money, blah, blah, blah. And that's just the way life is. Everything I've wanted to do, I just decided I was going to do it, and I figured it out. When I was, I'm not even sure exactly how old, but years ago, someone asked me, do you know how to do graphic design? And I was like, yeah, of course. He's all, have you ever used Adobe Illustrator? I was like, yeah, of course. I had never opened Adobe Illustrator. I think I might have opened it and like messed around with it and went, this is hard. I never touched it. And I was like, yeah, of course. He's all, cool. I need you to do the logo for my company. So I spent the next 24 hours on YouTube just learning how to do graphic design. I figured out how I got good enough to do his logo. And then from his logo, I started doing the branding on all of his products. I did all the labels on his products. I did the marketing material, business cards, stickers, banners, posters, basically everything there was for his business. And that was all because I stayed consistent. I figured out what I was doing, and then I did it. And I took the time and I learned to do photography. I bought a camera. I went on YouTube. I bought as many classes as I thought were good, and I learned it. Same with video. I got the camera. I practiced. I bought Full-Time Filmmaker. If you want to get Full-Time Filmmaker, if you're interested in learning how to do basically everything with film, then there's a link in the description. If I remember, if I don't, comment, be like, hey, bro, you forgot the link, because chances are I'll forget, because I don't really rewatch these. I need to, because I messed up, on the last one, and I almost posted a bunch of crap. But usually I don't. I lived this moment. I'm here right now. I did it. I was here. I don't want to rewatch it, but I should. I need to be a little more professional. If I want this to go far, I need to take the extra time, take that extra step, make the extra effort, and just make sure this is a solid product. But if you want to learn how to become a filmmaker, you want to learn how to get into the business, then I can leave a link in the description. If I don't, comment, tell me you need the link. But I decided that I want to do film because I wanted to shoot my own music videos because paying other people was very expensive. And anytime I tried to pay someone, they couldn't do what I wanted them to do. Like I had one song, it was when Game of Thrones first came out. And there was if I remember correctly, it was from Game of Thrones, but there was a scene where she's like walking upstairs and they're just pelting her with tomatoes. I think it was Game of Thrones. It was either Game of Thrones or some movie, but she's walking up the stairs and they're like pelting her with tomatoes, and it's a crazy scene. And I wanted to do it in my video, and the person was like, he's all right, here's the money. Give him the money. He's all, tell me the idea. I tell him the idea, and he's all, you expect to do that on that type of money? I just paid you what you asked. You didn't tell me, and at that point, it just put me off from all of it. It's like, if I would have paid you more. This is what I want to do. This is the video I want. And it was just a terrible experience. So I decided, all right, I'm going to learn how to do film so that I can do my own music videos. So I took the time, I learned, I was patient, I figured it out. And in that process, I figured out I don't want to do videos at all. It's so tedious and boring, and I don't really like it. I'm too much of a perfectionist. Everything I shot, I hated. It was terrible. I would do music videos for other people, and some things I wouldn't even release because it was so bad. Everything I put out I thought was just garbage. I can go back and look at it now and be like, oh, that's actually a pretty decent video, because I'm not looking at it through the same lens as I am when I'm editing, and I'm like working with the clips, and I'm doing all this tedious, boring stuff. And it made me realize I don't want to do this at all. Not even a little bit. There's no part of me that wants to edit videos. I mean, I do it for the podcast. Luckily, I found a program that clips it out for me now, so I don't have to do that. But I would sit there and I would do that. But it's not for me. But I was willing to take the time and learn and realize it's not for me. It wasn't like, oh, I can't do this. You got to get a camera, and these people know what they're doing. They've got an eye for it. No. There's so many times where we can just pretend like what we want to do is so hard because we don't want to do it really. We don't want to take the time to actually do it. We want to be like, no, this is what I want, but I don't want it. And that doesn't even make sense. It's like, if this is what you want and it's something that you need to do, then just take the time, stop making the excuses, and just try and fail, and then try and fail and try, and then it gets a little better, and then try again, and it gets a little bit better, and then you just keep going until you do it. There is no half-ass with what I do. When I wanted to be a rapper, I went to the studio, went to a professional studio, wrote all my songs, recorded all my stuff. I found the place that makes the CDs. I made CDs. I had them professionally done. I had them in these cool cardboard things with a professional graphic. When I wanted to do a country song, I went all out for it. I always put in full effort for whatever it is that I'm doing. I don't really try to half-ass anything until I figure out it's something that I don't want to do, and then the half-assness starts to come out. Definitely, at that point, I'm like, man, this is good enough. That good enough mentality will really fuck you over. Good enough is not good enough. And a lot of us live by good enough. We get tired of doing the thing we're doing, We get worn out from failing constantly, and we just, that's good enough. And then people see that, oh, this is just good enough. It's not great. It's not outstanding. It's not, oh my God, that was incredible. It's good enough, I guess. So I try to be 100% with everything I'm doing. I try to give 110%. I try to give my full effort. I try to just fully go after it. And that's what I'm trying to teach my son too. He wanted to do a hot sauce company. And he's like, dude, me and my friend, we talked about it. Mom says that's stupid. I said, well, that's what you want to do? He said, yeah, that's what I want to do. We went to the store, bought peppers, we bought tomatoes, I looked up recipes, I started contacting different bottling companies to figure out his bottles. We came up with the idea for his logo and everything. He drew it himself. I would have helped him with all the graphic design for the bottling. I would have had it printed out. I would have built the website. But we started by making a hot sauce. And then once we made that first hot sauce, it just fizzled out. There was no more passion. There was no more, nah, Dad, this is the thing. And that's okay. Sometimes you got to do the thing you want to do to realize it's not the thing you want to do. And that's perfectly fine. And sometimes doing the thing you do that you don't want to do ends up pushing you towards finding what you're really passionate about. It lets you know what you really want. I don't want to edit videos. I want to be in front of the camera. I like doing this type of stuff. I would love to act and do skits and things like that. I'm very comfortable in front of the camera, not so much behind it. I don't like the shots I get. I don't like the angles. Sometimes it's a little too blurry. Sometimes it's not for me. Sitting here doing this, even when I mess up and I slip up and I say the wrong things, which is a lot, it really is, like, I try to be 100%. That was not what I meant to say at all a second ago, but it came out of my mouth. I went with it. I kept going, and we ended up here. But with being it behind the camera, once you shoot, you shoot. There's not really any fixing it unless you want to call people, redo it, and then people are upset. You got to basically tell them you suck. It's not for me. And I figured that out by trying. Graphic design, I mean, depends on what it is, but for the most part, it's not for me. Photography and photo editing, love it. Absolutely love it. Editing photos is one of my favorite things to do. I love making stuff like crazy sci-fi stuff. I love making like turn your kid into a superhero, battling someone. Like I love doing that type of stuff. To me, it's easy. It's fun. It's not tedious. I really enjoy it. Whereas video-wise, if you do like all that, it's tedious. You got to go clip by clip. Instead of just dealing with this one image, this 1 second clip is either 24 to 60 images you got to mess with. I'm good. I do not enjoy that in the least. Now, if I could do it one shot at a time, like if 1 second was one image, it might be funner for me. But the fact it's just so tedious and boring, and I learned that by doing. And I learned what I do love by doing. Sometimes you just got to take that step and just try something. You're either going to love it, it's going to become fun, and it's going to be, it could start as a hobby and turn into a career, or it could be, oh, I hate this, and you're never going to want to do it again. And you're not going to have that itch in the back of your mind like, oh, we should do this. Oh, we could do that. Oh, it's going to be like, no, I'm good. Tried it, did it, didn't like it, I'm over it. But everything that's out there can be self-taught at this point. We live in an era where literally you can learn how to do anything just by your phone. YouTube, school of YouTube's a real thing. You can learn to sing, you can learn different languages, you can learn how to code, you can learn how to copyright, you can learn how to do anything just off of YouTube. And usually from YouTube, you can find courses that are paid that'll actually teach you a little better so you're not constantly digging through videos. And there's really no excuse nowadays. There's none. Like, oh, I can't do that. You got to go to college. No, you don't. I used to know someone that he would tell me, he'd be like, yeah, it's crazy that you learned how to do what I spent 4 years doing in a day. Because I'd be like, yeah, dude, I learned graphic design overnight. Because I just spent hours I got to do this logo. I don't know what I'm doing. I got to watch this video. I got to watch this. I got to practice this. I got to do, and it was just constant, just a whole day, just figuring it out. Told him, give me 3 days for the logo. Spent probably a day and a half, just hours. Just, all right, this is how you do this. This is how you do this. This is how you put this here. This is all everything. And he's like, it's crazy that you learned that in a day, 2 days, whatever. And I had to go to school for it for 2 years. And I would always laugh like, yeah, doesn't that suck? Like, yeah. And he'd be all angry and just bitter about it. But I thought it was funny. Like, you should have just learned. I'm sure even before YouTube, everything they teach you is through a book or through something. There's really nothing that you can't learn yourself. You just got to be willing to take the time, find the material, and do it. Plus, you can do it way faster because they're taking this book and spreading it over like 24 classes. So you're just getting set. Just take the time, take the book, do it in a week. You just did what you would have paid thousands and thousands of dollars for. Pretty sure I'm not 100%. I'm pretty sure you can even go past the bar by just going and taking a test. So instead of spending 8 years in college, you can just read the books, figure out law, do it all yourself, go take the test and become a lawyer. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm pretty sure that all you have to do is just go past the bar. I don't know if there's a requirement, like a school hours requirement, but from my understanding, all you have to do is just go take the test. And if you pass, you pass. If I'm wrong, let me know. But from my understanding, it's a test. Now, a doctor, you can't be a doctor without school. I mean, I guess you could be like a mob doctor. That'd be pretty cool. Like a little backdoor doctor. No, son, I'll take the bullets out for you. I got you. You know, I don't know. But there's only a few things you really need college for, or you really need school. And you can't just teach yourself. So if that's ever something that you're using as an excuse, nowadays you can't. There's no excuse for not learning. The only excuse is you're lazy. You don't want to do it. You don't want to give the time to learn something. You care more about being lazy than you care about chasing your dream or learning a new skill or going after something that you really want, that you think you really want. Because if you really wanted it, you'd go after it. I mean, now it is very hard to say, nah, because I don't have the money for school for that. You don't have the money for YouTube? It's free. It's free, man. You don't have the money for AI? That's free too. ChatGPT will teach you all kinds of stuff. Just enter in what you want to know. I'm sure you can come up with so much. There's even prompts to where ChatGPT can help you learn a different language fluently better than any of the other language courses like Duolingo or any of that. There's prompts for everything now. So the excuse that I can't learn or I don't have the money to learn, that's out the window. I mean, I am proof of that. I didn't spend much money to learn everything. And if I did spend money, it's just because I wanted a more in-depth course and I didn't want to just keep scouring YouTube videos. But you can easily scour YouTube videos and learn everything that I've got in courses. There's so much. Skillshare is such a huge product, and that's cheap. I think that's maybe $20 a month or 100 and something for a whole year. Super cheap. So there's really nothing that you can't learn anymore. And there's so many careers that pay very, very well that you could just learn on your spare time. Spend an hour a day. You don't have an hour, spend 20 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day, and then just learn. And as it becomes your passion, that 30 minutes that was kind of hard to do at first, you're going to want to keep going. You might end up spending 3 hours one day just because it's so fun for you. I mean, I'll spend hours learning new techniques and tips on photo editing because I love it. It's so fun. And now that I'm doing the hair care products, having something to where I need to create my own advertising and stuff, it just reignited the passion to where I started learning new techniques, new skills. I had found all the different courses that I paid for back when I first started doing it. I started retaking classes, and I love it. It's so fun. So when you find that thing you're passionate about, the classes and stuff, they're not going to be tedious. It's going to be something you enjoy doing. It's going to be something that you look forward to. Like, ooh, I can't wait to go make that brand design, or I can't wait to go shoot that short video, or I can't wait to go do whatever it is, because it's going to be fun for you. It's going to be something that you're passionate about. It's going to be something that you enjoy doing, and it's not going to be work. And then eventually that passionate hobby can turn into your job, and you're just going to enjoy life. You're going to enjoy waking up in the morning. Oh, got to work today. Can't wait to go do this film for this client. Can't wait to go shoot these photos. Can't wait to write this script. Can't wait to do this copywriting for this website. There's so many different things that you can just make money off of, and you'll actually enjoy it. It's one of the greatest generations to be alive in, because we just have knowledge at our fingertips. We can just grow and become smarter and become more educated in so many different fields. We can learn a different language so fast. We can become people that we never thought possible because we thought we'd have to spend 4 years in school. This is the generation of knowledge, generation of growth. We are in the era of bettering ourselves. Just with the click of a button, the touch of a finger, we can become things that we didn't think possible. We can save hundreds of thousands of dollars on schooling. YouTube school, it's huge. It is huge. Guaranteed, whatever it is that you want to do, go type in how to, whatever your field is that you want to get into YouTube, and see how many videos just pop up. It's going to be insane. You're going to be like, damn, I can learn this. What? I didn't know I could do this. And it's going to be so crazy. And it's not that hard. Like, there's courses where it's like from beginner to pro, and you can just do it in sections. Some of them are 4 hours long. Some, like, there's courses that'll teach you how to do sales websites. They'll teach you how to find products, how to start selling it, how to do drop shipping, how to do all kinds of things. There are so many different options to either make some side money, to chase something that you want to be doing, to start going after your dream job, to get better at your current job. If you're doing your current job, why don't you look up videos on how to do it better, and then take that skill to work with you. Start killing it. Have your boss looking at you like, what the hell? How is he? Wow, you really stepped it up today. And just get your name out there. Step up a few rings on the ladder, you know? There's so much that you can learn. There's so much you can do, and it doesn't take much time at all. There was that saying, read an hour a day and you'll be past everybody. That's not the saying. I don't know why I said there's a saying and then I said that bullshit. But but there is the saying, do something for an hour a day and you'll become a professional in a few years or whatever. Something along those lines. That's the same with going to the YouTube school. Do something for a little bit every day, and then you're just going to keep growing, keep growing, keep growing. And in no time, before you even realize it, you're going to be a professional in that field. People are going to ask you a question, you're just going to automatically answer, and you're going to blow your own mind. Like, wait, what? Like, oh, how'd you know that? I don't know. I don't know. And it's going to just happen. It'll feel like overnight, but it's work that you got to put in. But then one day you're just going to be a pro. You're going to be able to talk about things you didn't think you could talk about. You're going to be able to answer questions you didn't know the answers to. You're going to be able to do things that you didn't think possible. And it just takes 20 minutes a day. An hour a day if you've got the time. We got 24 hours in a day. The most successful people just utilize all the hours they can. They limit sleep, utilize the hours they're awake, and they become the best versions of themselves. You can do that through reading. Even reading now. I can read books so fast. I've gone through multiple books this month just because, I don't know if it's because of the ADHD, but I can listen to stuff at like 1.8 or 2 times speed, and I can rush through a 10-hour book in 5 hours. And I'm picking up all of it. Unless I get distracted, I start thinking about other stuff. But your mind adapts to that sound, and it sounds normal. Whereas if someone walks up, they're all, what the hell is happening? But you've been sitting in it, and it just sounds like, yeah, and this time we're doing this, and then we're doing this, and after that we're going to go blah, blah, blah. But other people are, I had a friend be like, how do you understand what they're saying? But in my head, it's just normal. It's like, it's just them talking. And then I put it back to like normal speed, and it's, and today we are going to do this. It's like, I can't, no. I need it to be like this so that when they're talking, they can tell me about all the stories that they're going to tell. And then everything that they're going to teach me, I need to learn so that I can learn and then I can understand it. And I can just be like, yay. To me, that's normal. Like that wasn't even fast or anything. That was all right. Got you. So you can ingest books and you can read books so fast. You can watch videos. You can learn so much through courses, through YouTube, through Audible. It's an insane resource that we have at our fingertips. And we all have one. We all have a phone. We all have access to the internet. We all have the ability to grow and learn and to become knowledgeable in something that we want to become knowledgeable in. We can be a professional in a field that we thought we would have to go to school years for in 6 months. Pretty easily, too. Because you got to think, like I said, school is going to break this subject down over an hour class throughout the semester. That's a 3-month semester of just taking like an hour here, an hour there, not even every day of the week. So you'll have like Tuesdays, Wednesdays. I've got my photography class every Tuesday and Wednesday for an hour. So that means in 3 months, you did, 24 hours? You can knock that out in 24 days by just doing an hour a day. So in 3 months, you can be 3 times where they're at. Just way ahead of them. And they spent tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars on college to learn something that you learned an hour a day on your free time, watching YouTube, or paying for a $50 course. We have the ability to become the people that we want to be. No excuses. No pretending like you have to go to school for it. School is literally a waste of time to where you're going to be way ahead of them. No pretending like I can't afford it. It's free. And once you realize that, I get it, because a lot of people don't want to realize that, because then they understand that it's them holding themselves back. It's their laziness or their unwillingness to change or to grow that is holding them back. They don't have that excuse anymore to where it's not my fault, it's the school's pricing's fault. It's not my fault, I can't afford it. You can't afford free? A lot of people don't want to hear that it's their fault. It brings up the defenses, the walls come up, like, no, it couldn't be. I am no way. It's their fault. Nobody wants to hear it's their fault that their life sucks, or it's their fault that they're not chasing their dream. Nobody wants to hear that they could be accomplishing more, but they're choosing not to by the actions that they are taking. So a lot of people need and want that built-in excuse. And once you let them know there is no excuse not to grow and not to be smarter and not to go after the thing that you want to go after, it destroys their world. That wall just starts cracking at the foundation and just starts crumbling. And they don't have that defense anymore. They don't have that, no, it's not my fault. So they have to build up new defenses, build up a new wall. Oh, you just don't understand. You just don't get it. I don't have time. You don't have an hour? Wake up an hour early. I need sleep. Why? When you die, you're going to be like, dude, I'm sure glad I got all that sleep. Or are you going to be like, damn, I wish I would have slept a little less and chased a little harder. Ran a little faster towards my dream. Put a couple more bricks on that. Put a couple more bricks towards the foundation of my dreams. I highly doubt that you're going to be like, dude, nah, that sleep was solid. Maybe you will. Some people might be happy with it. And if you are, more power to you. The greatest success in life is just living a life you're happy with. So if you're genuinely happy with the life you live, you love waking up every morning, and you enjoy everything you do, then this whole speech isn't for you. But if you don't, and you wish for more, and you wish that you could be living a dream that you've had since you were a kid, then this is 100% for you. Don't make the excuse anymore. Schooling isn't a thing, unless you want to be a doctor. Honestly, I don't know of any other job where you would need schooling. If you do, what other jobs are there that you need schooling for? There's doctor, right? Like I said, I don't think you don't need it for a lawyer. Pretty sure you can just go pass the bar. If I'm wrong, let me know. It's just doctor, right? If you want to be a doctor, you have to go to school. Other than that, you can learn everything. You can learn law. There are people in prison that learn law. There's people in prison that learn all kinds of things. So you don't have the means or the time. I guess they do have more time on their hands. But you have less means than someone in prison? That excuse sounds a little stupider and stupider the more you start to realize, oh, there's people out here doing it with way less than what I have. So just go after it. Everything I've wanted to learn, I've taught myself. Or I've gone and found the people that can teach me. I hate to say like I'm self-taught, because I didn't teach myself. I found the teachers to teach me, and I just did it on my own. I'm on my own taught. That's just, I don't know what it would be considered. Because self-taught to me is like you get the camera, you figure it out, you're taking shots, you're doing this, then you're like, nope, that didn't work, I'll try this. And then that didn't work, I'll try this. It seems like a very long process to be self-taught when you could just find the people that have done all that and then just learn from them. So I don't know, self-taught's just not the right word for me. Everything I've wanted to learn, I've learned either from the school YouTube or I have used the school YouTube to find courses that are paid for, and then I bought courses. But everything that I know and that I've wanted to do, I've learned on my own. I didn't even go through high school. I was kicked out of high school probably a month or two into my freshman year, and I never went back. I got my GED, I took the test, took like a couple hours, got my GED, and then I went to college for a little bit, maybe a month or two, realized I don't like this either, and then I just learned everything I wanted to learn. I did the classes, like the Photoshop classes and stuff in class. It was garbage. I learned way more from the different teachers I found online than I did from the school. And at that point, you're learning from someone that actually does what you want to do. You're not learning from someone that teaches what you want to do. It's so much better to learn from someone successful in the field that you're going for than it is to learn from some teacher reading a book that has no idea. She just knows she knows their course, or he knows their course. He knows their curriculum. They know what they're teaching. They're not out here making money off of what you want to do. They're making a little salary off of the books that they're teaching out of. So courses and YouTube are such a better way to go, because you're actually learning from successful people in the field that you want to learn from. Like if you want to learn film, wouldn't you rather learn from Peter McKinnon than you would some teacher at some college somewhere in the United States? There's no names that I can even say, just some dude somewhere. Or would you rather learn from Aaron Nace for photo instead of learning from some lady teaching Photoshop out of a book? Like, it makes way more sense to learn from these successful professionals than it does some lady that just wakes up in the morning and goes, gotta go teach this class. So the college excuse, that's gone. It's no more excuse. We can't use it. We can't use it anymore, unless you want to be a doctor. So figure out what your next excuse is. Let me know in the comments. Let me break that one for you too. Because we all have a million excuses. We do. We all have that bitch voice in our head telling us, nah, we don't need to do it. You know, every day I wake up and I go, I should just sleep in. I don't need to go to work out. And I have to go, yeah, but you're gonna. And then I get up and I go, oh, come on, we don't need to go work out. Yeah, nah, we do. We all have that voice that wants to stay comfortable. The bed's comfy. It's nice and warm. It's soft. You got pillows. The gym's not. It's hot. Stuff's uncomfortable. There's weights. Same with anything else in life. Anything worth doing requires some sort of strain. You're only going to grow from straining some muscles, from putting in the work. You don't get bigger by sleeping. You don't get smarter by watching TV. You don't get the ability to go after your dreams by sitting on that couch. Everything that we do that is worth anything requires some sort of effort. So, no more excuses. No more saying I can't do that because I can't pay for schooling. School YouTube's free. There's no more issue with, well, I need a degree for that. You don't. Unless you're going to be a doctor, you don't need a degree. You don't want to learn from people that don't do the field anyway. You don't have that excuse. So what's the next excuse? You don't have time? Wake up an hour earlier. You don't want to? Then you would rather sleep than live the life that you want. you think that sleeping is worth more than being successful. Or you think that watching that TV show is worth more than becoming a professional in your field. And it's not. If you truly want something in life, you have to go after it. You have to stop making excuses. You have to tell that bitch voice to shut the fuck up. If you want to get in shape, you're going to wake up and be like, well, it's cold outside. It's cold outside a lot. Or it's too hot at the gym. It's hot at the gym a lot. You got to train your brain to understand it doesn't make the rules anymore. Your body doesn't want to do it. That sucks, man. Guess what? We're doing it. You want to sleep in a little? That sucks, man. The phone's way over there. I got to get out of bed to go turn it off anyway. Stop putting your alarm next to you. Stop putting your phone next to you. Stop putting things in an easily accessible area to where you can just snooze. Nope. My phone is clear on the other side of the room. It goes off. I have to get up out of bed. I have to go turn it off. And then I have to literally think to myself, all right, are we going to regret going back to sleep? Because I will every time. I'm going to wake up and I'm going to go, fuck, I should have just did the work. Now I'm behind on everything. I'm not going to work out. I feel like a bum. I don't get to do what I set out to do. I basically lied to myself. I let myself down. I'm not going after my goals. I should have just got up and worked. Every fucking time. Every time. Every time I decide I'm going to just snooze, I wake up and I go, why? Why did I do that? I still feel tired. I still feel like shit. And now I feel tired and like shit and I didn't accomplish anything. So just put your alarm, put it way over on the other side of the room, wake your ass up, get up, tell yourself, is it worth feeling like shit that I'm not going to do this? Get up, put your clothes on, do what you got to do, jump on that course, jump on YouTube, go to the gym, whatever it is that you're going after, just do it. And then the more you do it, the easier it gets. It gets a lot easier to tell that voice, nah, we're not doing that. It was hard when I first started. When I first decided to start waking up early again, and I would hit snooze and I'd sleep in. I would hit snooze and I'd sleep in. And then finally, I didn't sleep in. And then I didn't sleep in. And then one day I would slip up and go, nah, I'm going to sleep in. And I would wake up and I'd feel like a bum. I'd be so ashamed. I'd let myself down. I'm not doing this for anybody else. I'm letting myself down. And then I would be good. I'd do good. And then, all right, I'm going to sleep in. Again, you wake up, you feel like you're letting yourself down. You're just killing your own ambition. You're killing your streak. You're destroying that win streak. It's so much easier to stay on a win streak after you've got a couple wins. Like, yeah, I woke up early. All right, I hit the gym. All right, I did this. All right, I got this course done. All right. And you've just got a list of wins instead of, damn it, now I'm behind. I didn't get this done. Now I don't. And it's so much easier once you start to just develop that discipline. Discipline is hard. If it was easy, everybody would do it. If it was easy, everybody would be rich. It is hard. Working out is hard. Lifting those weights is hard. Taking that course is hard until it gets easy. Everything you start is going to be hard. I teach my son this. He's always like, well, I'm not good at it, because you've just started, man. You just started drawing. Look at how far you've come. Yeah, I am a lot better than I was when I started drawing. Yeah. And you're going to continue to get better. Do you think everybody started off good? If they did, everybody would be an artist. If lifting weights was easy and everybody just got big right away, everybody would be jacked. It makes it worth it because you're the only one doing it. You're the only one putting in that work. You're the only one putting in that effort. You know how good it feels to me when I decide to do a cardio day and I'm up on that machine dying, my legs are hurting, it feels like I'm breathing in blood, and then my brain's going, dude, let's just quit early. Let's just quit early. And I look around and I don't see anybody working as hard as me. I don't see anybody soaked in sweat. I don't see anybody just giving it their all. And I go, nah, we're going to go. We got 5 more minutes. You know what? I said we're stopping at 20 minutes. We're going to go 5 more minutes. And at 25, I'm like, all right, let's do 5 more. And my legs just give out. And I'm like, all right, we did it. But I'm going to push it to 30. I'm going to push it to 40. I'm going to just keep pushing. And I'm going to keep going. And I'm going to look around at everybody and see that I'm working hardest. And then when my body looks great, I know why. I earn that shit. When you become a professional in the career you choose, because you spent that extra hour a day, you spent your nights, instead of going to the bar learning something, you spent your extra time going after something you enjoy, something that's going to make you some real money, something that's going to give you some real freedom. When you get that and you achieve that, that's going to feel so good because you earn that. You put in the work. Nobody else is willing to work as hard as you. Nobody else was willing to give up an hour a day. No one else stopped watching their favorite TV show to actually learn something beneficial, but you did. You put in the time. You put in the effort. You didn't quit when nothing was going your way. Every day, no matter how shitty the day was, you kept going. And it's going to feel incredible when you earn that. And there's no excuse. No excuse. Then you get to sit up there and go, there's no excuse, man. And you hear people tell you, well, you just had it easier. You were able. No. I put in the work. I put in the effort. I did something you're not willing to do. Don't you ever tell me I had it easier. I just didn't quit. I didn't give up. I didn't choose to sit on the couch and watch TV. I didn't choose to sleep in. I gave up hours. I gave up time. I gave up TV shows. I gave up stuff that you're not willing to give up to get something that you'll never get. And that's when you know you earn that shit. If it was easy, you didn't earn it. You wouldn't feel the same about it. All I did was, no. You earn that shit. So, no excuses. We got this. So stop making excuses. Take that extra hour a day. Lose that extra hour of sleep. Stop watching that show and get to work. There's no excuse. There's no school excuse. There's no time excuse. There's no excuse unless you accept that you're not where you want to be because of you. You're not where you want to be because you're afraid to take that step. Because you don't want to give up that hour of TV. Because you don't want to wake up an hour early. You don't want to do what needs to be done to get to where you're meant to be. So if you want to keep living the life you're living, keep doing what you're doing. It's as simple as that. Just don't bitch about the life you're living anymore. Because at this point, you know it's on you. There's nobody else you can blame but yourself. You can't wake up an extra hour early. You can't stop watching that TV show. You can't stay up an extra hour. You just can't do it. It's impossible for you. Because other than that, there's no other excuse. But if you're still watching this and you're dedicated to actually hearing me out and listening to what I have to say, then I know you're dedicated to actually making a change in your life. You're dedicated to becoming the man that you're supposed to be, or becoming the woman that you're supposed to be, to becoming the husband that you're meant to be, to becoming the wife that you're meant to be, to becoming the provider that you're meant to be, to living the life that you're meant to live, and to gaining the freedom that you deserve. If you're still watching this, I know you can do it. I know this is actually hitting a nerve. I know if you're like me, when I used to watch stuff like this, it's getting you pumped and motivated. And it's getting you to where you're like, you know what? I'm going to wake up an hour early. I'm going to go after that. I'm going to go check YouTube right now. And you're going to find whatever it is that you're looking for. You're going to dedicate that little bit of time every day, and you're going to become a professional in whatever it is you want. You're going to gain the freedom you deserve. You're going to have people looking to you like, oh, well, they just had it easy. No, motherfucker. No. I put in the work. I believe in you. I know you can do it. I really know you can do it. Leave a comment. If you need anybody to help push you, you need someone on those hard days to be like, I just don't feel like doing it. You need someone to be like, you got this. Don't give up. Don't let that bitch voice win. Let me know. Comment below. Shoot me a message. I am always down to help push someone. You asking for me to help push you is going to motivate me. Let's help each other get to where we're supposed to be. Let's help each other become the people we're meant to be. And let's help each other gain that freedom that we deserve. I appreciate you for watching. Like, subscribe, follow on all social medias at Troubled Past Podcast. Hit follow, hit share, comment, do all that good stuff. I appreciate you. I love you. I'll see you on the next one.